If you feel that you don't know exactly where to head your life towards, then this video might help.
And this is something I struggle with and I can 100% relate to. I don't know about you, but I find it very fascinating how there's people at their young age that know exactly what they want to do with their life. But it's not the case for a lot of us. And in this video, I would like to share with you some of the lessons that I learned from this book called The Pathless Path by Paul Miller, in which can help us discover what we're meant to do.
But before we're going through how to find our way through life, we need to know exactly why we feel this way. And there's a couple of reasons why.
First is that we don't see ourselves outside the current lane we're at. We admire people who are in the position we want to be, but we're not willing to sacrifice what they have sacrificed to get there. And in my case, I've been following Ali Abdaal on YouTube since 2020. And since then, I wanted to start a YouTube channel for myself, talking about personal finance, self-development, and other stuff that I really like to talk about. Never got the courage to start doing it because I was making an excuse to myself that there will be a lot of competition, I wouldn't bring anything new to the table, and also, why will people listen to me? I don't have any credibility. But I need to forget about all that and actually focus on what is important, which is provide viewers with as much value as possible in order for them to apply to their life and grow as an individual. But with so many options out there, it could be a daunting task to decide which one is right for you. Could it be content creation, digital marketing, heck, even crypto? The possibilities are endless. Third is what society and our family values dictate as the norm, that there's a right way of living life, like go to college, get a job, get married, go up the corporate ladder until you're 65 and you're able to retire with the most energy, and that is a path that I would avoid as much as possible. And don't get me wrong, working a 9 to 5 is fine. I do work in a 9 to 5 to support myself in the meantime while I'm creating other projects on the side whenever I'm not at work in order to eventually pay out and support me over the long term. So now that you know the reasons why we feel lost in life, let's go through how we can make the transition from a life that is pre-established to us to one that we can create with our own hands. Follow me. So now that we're in the studio, let's go through the lessons that I learned from the book. First lesson is to start making small experiments to see what you're really passionate about. The thing that will make you go to sleep early at night so you can wake up early and go at it right away. And it's best said in Paul Miller's words. By experimenting with different ways of showing up in the world and making small deliberate changes, we can open ourselves up to the unexpected opportunities, possibilities, and connections that might tell us what comes up next. And as a matter of fact, this actual video and YouTube channel is an experiment for me. This is something that I've decided to do for about like 6 to probably a year. And this is something that I don't want to regret whenever I'm on my deathbed that I didn't try. And I encourage you to do the same. If you have something in mind that you have wanted to try on but never got to because you put in excuses or for whatever reason, start doing it right now. Trust me, you won't regret it. And you may ask, how can I do this in the midst of having a job, maybe having children, or even not knowing exactly how to do it? The way that I'm doing it, and also the author of the book suggests, is to start blocking out times for you to start testing different hobbies that you might like. For example, in this case on my YouTube, I did 6 months, or I'm trying to do 6 months of consistently putting out YouTube videos and focusing everything on YouTube to see if it's something that I really like and enjoy and that provides value like I said before. So that's my period of time. And so that leads me to the second lesson. Once you have established which experience you're going to be going through, then the second lesson is to start doing the bare minimum at work. Not to the point to get fired. I don't want you to get fired, but just enough for the employer to not fire you. And so with the extra time and energy that you're gonna save from doing the bare minimum at work, you can put that time and energy towards your experiments, which you never know where it can lead you. It could be a totally different path from the one that you're currently at, or also it could be a more enjoyable one that you're not gonna regret in the future once you are old. Third lesson of the book is to find others that are on the same path that you want to walk on and connect with them. Once you join a group of like-minded people of, let's say, YouTube, or if you want to make music or any of the hobbies that you really enjoy or that want to try on, join people on those communities that are actually doing it so you can collab with them, connect, share information and knowledge and all this type of stuff that will be helpful for you and will actually motivate you to do the next what is required from you. And this is something that I really want to work on for myself, because I'm not very good at talking to other people and talking to other people on the internet. So this is why I'm trying to join a community and actually share the information that I have and actually absorb like a sponge all the knowledge that people in that group have from YouTube and from past experiences. The fourth lesson of the book is to not let anybody tell you what successful is. You define what successful means. It doesn't matter how much money you make or how the way you look or how much you go on vacation or which car you have. It does not matter. You choose to define what is successful. For example, for me, it might be making $5,000 a month and working 20 hours a week. That will be successful. But for you, it may not be. You will maybe want to make $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 a month, even though you're working a lot of the time. It doesn't really matter. You define yourself what is successful. Don't let other people or family members or society decide for you. The fifth lesson that I learned from the book is backward thinking. And this is more commonly known as the principle of inversion, that it was popularized by German mathematician Carl Jacobi. For example, when thinking about our lives, instead of asking ourselves, how does a perfect life looks like, we should ask ourselves, what does a miserable life look like? And also, which actions can I take to lead my life towards that outcome? This way, we can completely disregard the actions that will actually lead us to that miserable life. And instead, we flip it and we do the right actions that would take us to the life that we want to be living. An exercise that I highly recommend that comes from the book is to write a description of the person that you don't want to become in life and brainstorm some ideas that will actually lead you towards that life. And since I'm recommending it, I'm gonna share with you the exercise that I did so you can gain a little bit more perspective on how to go about it once you do your exercise. So let me share with you. My age is 50 and I'm overweight with diabetes and high blood pressure, which both run in the family. I work in a job that is stressful and that I work 40 to 60 hours a week, slaving away for a paycheck to either increase my materialistic possessions or just go to 1 to 2 nice vacations a year. During the week, I dream of the weekend to come so I can rest and do what I really love to do. I do not have the energy to do any type of activities outside with my kids and my wife. In the end, I live a miserable life that is predetermined by believing that I need the newest thing. I believe that this exercise will give you a different perspective on what we're normally used to. And hopefully, through my exercise, I could guide you to create your own description of your miserable life. No matter where you start in life, we all have the capabilities to reach all our life goals. And something that I believe we need to push as well is self-awareness. I know Gary Vaynerchuk have talked a lot about this, but I believe it's essential for being a human being to know exactly who we are and what values we bring to the table and which values we abide by and all of that. Becoming self-aware, I believe, is the best thing that you could actually do for yourself. So, other than that, thank you guys for watching. Subscribe, follow the channel and all the social media platforms and all that. I wish you come back next week to a new video, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace. We should